Melanie Michael has been in the dugout for every game in Grizzly softball history. 3 years as an assistant coach. Took over for Jamie Pinkerton in October of 2017. 6 years at the helm, 105 wins recorded, and hoping for a resurgence in April for her team. It's a unique sport and a unique season, Ace. 29 games Montana will play in their first 2 months of the season. And then conference play, 15 games in 28 days. And that's really all that matters here as we talk about the postseason.
Unique is a little trouble there, but made the catch. But unique is such a good word for that because what sport do you have to travel pretty much for every game in the first 2 months of your season? That's the nature of playing a spring outdoor sport in Montana. And hey, I'm a Midwest guy. I know the same thing. You're talking about how it's kind of weird seeing snow right now. I'm like, I see snow until late April, buddy. Like, I'm from the Midwest.
Well, I know I speak for a lot of other avid golfers in Montana. They're ready to hit the course right now. We'll catch things up. Grace Hardy flew out to left field. That was Ruiz that made the great play. And now Brianna Bonkovic steps in, and the expert analysis, Dave Norman down in the truck.
He's incredible.
It is. Over 130 straight days.
Chief meteorologist.
On the ground. You know, he's got a lot of job titles. Might have to add that one to the list as well. 2-0 pitch and great swing from Bonkovic, and that's her first career hit, and what a way to do it. She's standing on first, and look at this reaction from the dugout. Everybody knows it. You got to love it for the freshman out of Las Vegas.
Awesome swing, got right on top of it and just shot it through the hole on the left side. Hard hit ball, perfectly placed, and hey, big congratulations to hit number one.
Hopefully the start of a long career in a Grizzly uniform. Bonkovic is one of 5 freshmen on the roster for Melanie Michael. Combination of the youth movement, but also those established seniors. It's a good mix for Montana. Look at their starting lineup. Only 2 seniors in the lineup today. One of them is Klusewicz, and she beats out a bunt single, perfectly executed for her. That's her 13th hit of the year.
You had a perfect swing just a few pitches ago. You have a perfect bunt there. It was right in no man's land between the circle, between home, between first. Nobody was going to get there in time. And it's may have went down as trying to get a sacrifice, but infield single.
Klusewicz has wheels, and now reaching base for both of her times in the batter's box today. She's crept her average up and over the Mendoza line of 200.
By the way, as a 9-hitter too, if you can do that, set up your top of the lineup with a couple on, and you're sitting pretty right now.
Ontiveros next up just takes powerful, violent swings in the box where you know she is going to get her money's worth. The 1-1, a little bit low. The Grizz have had opportunities in every inning. In fact, the least amount of hits they had came in the first inning when they scored 4 runs. That only came on 1 hit. They've had multiple hits here in the last 2. Trying to cash in. Ontiveros ahead in the count 3-1. It's Devin Creech working her 2nd inning inside the circle today for Providence. 11th year head coach Joey Egan. The 3-1 pitch outside for ball 4. The bases will be loaded for Kendall Curtis.
Talk about setting up the top of the lineup, and in terms of doing some damage, you just got a little extra help, and Curtis, the hottest hitter right now on this Montana lineup, batting with the bases full.
Curtis had 7 hits in the first 22 games. He's had 9 in the last 5. This is a liner right to Matthews, who delivers a strike in there, and it was not deep enough to get Bonkovic home. So a big victory there for Creech. There's 2 away. Sets up Kelly Swire.
Just a cue shot there off the end of the bat that I thought maybe was going to find the turf in right field, but it hung up there. It was more of a liner than I anticipated, and no chance to get anybody home.
So the top of the Grizzly order is had an at-bat now in every inning. 3rd time through for Swire. She walked and scored back in the first. Ripped a double off the wall last inning. Now with the bases loaded full of Grizzlies, trying to separate Montana that much further. The wind is blowing in and shifting by the minute. Creech ready on the 0-1. Just missed his outside. Swire up now, Stockton on deck, Jablonski to follow. Bottom of the third, first of 2 games here at Grizzly Softball Field. The 11th all-time meeting between Montana and Providence as Creech pulled the string but just missed off the plate. And it's 2-1.
Think about Williams and Creech, what they're doing today. It's maybe not been the most efficient of afternoons, but they've been working around some troubles. The 4 in the first inning obviously hurts, but I still think with everything that we've seen through the first 2.5 innings, 4 is an all right number if you're Providence right now.
And this next pitch will determine that even further. 3-1, bases loaded, and it's going to be an RBI for Swire without having to swing. His coming home will be Bonkovich, second run that she's scored in a Grizzly uniform, and the Grizz extend the lead 5-0.
Yeah, easiest RBI of all. Just sit there with the bat on your shoulders, watch it go by for ball 4, 12th RBI in the year. And it's 5-0.
And Riley Stockton trying to keep that bat red hot. 2 for 2 already. A double to the left center gap, followed that up with a single through the left center gap as well. Nearly took out her teammate Klusewicz. And again, more smiles. I think we've seen more smiles than maybe people here today, here this afternoon.
Absolutely. She's swinging a really good bat. We were just talking about it, but even on that foul ball, she was right on top of it. Yeah, she was ahead of it, but I think she's seeing the ball really well right now. And then just pulling the string on her, and she watches one right by.
Boy, what a gutsy pitch.
No kidding.
From Creech. Bases loaded, 0-1 count. Now she's way ahead 0-2, needing a strikeout in the worst of ways. 40th pitch that she's about to deliver is off the plate. 1-2.
0-2, try and go up the ladder, see if she chases, and maybe ran up the ladder a bit too far, a bit wide as well, but good thinking and a really good sequence here in the circle.
Now it's evened up now 2-2. Riley Stockton, the catcher from Spanaway, Washington. She's hit safely now in her last 6 starts. One of the longer streaks of the season for Montana. She only had 2 RBIs on the season entering today. She has 2 in this game alone, but won't get any more. As ranging over is David to make the grab, and the side is retired. Grizzlies do get 1 run on the board. They extend the lead to 5. 4th inning coming up next. Telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Montana. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Montana and Learfield. Glad you're with us, whether you're watching on SWX Montana or on ESPN Plus. Riley Corcoran and Ace Sauerwein back with you. Grizz in control, 5-0 on their in-state rival in Providence. 11th time that these two have met. They played doubleheaders in 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019. Took a couple of years off. Resumed the series last season. Montana looking to stay perfect behind Allie Brock, surrendering just 1 hit through her first 3 innings of work. She allowed just 1 hit in the 5 innings against Carroll in her last start.
Yeah, tip of the cap, too, to Devin Creech just to kind of end that 3rd inning. She was in some hot water. She walked the bases loaded, walked a run in, but she got out of it with a big couple of outs to end that 3rd and keep it a 5-run game.
For Providence, middle of their order is up. Palmer, Humphrey, and Fuentes to try and get another shot at Allie Brock. Providence coming in off of their 2nd win of the year. They beat Bushnell over the weekend 9-7. A little looper into center field. Nice effort from Ontiveros, but it will fall in front of her for the 2nd hit of the day for Providence.
Yeah, perfect placement there. The first hit a couple innings ago was that rocket to the wall in right center. This one just a soft little bloop in a shallow center.
Grizz did make 1 defensive substitution. Chloe Saxton has entered the game for Montana. Freshman out of Seattle. She's in for Jaxie Klusewicz, and this is the time where Coach Michael can start giving more younger players some opportunity. Yeah, Saxton had a good run against Carroll last Monday.
Yeah, she did. Saxton has kind of been used to coming off the bench, too, appearing in her 22nd game and her 10th, coming off the bench.
So she's at short right now in a couple of great plays that got the Grizz out of some jams. Brock gets the sign she wants from Stockton. Rocks and fires on 0-1. That hits the outside corner for strike 2. So Brock getting ahead. 2 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, just 1 walk. Up and over 60 pitches here in the 4th inning. Was to keep creeping outside,
Yep.
seeing how much that Max Stamper, the home plate umpire, is going to give her. And good ways pitch 1 and 2 with nobody out here in the 4th.
Yeah, why not? You think about it, it's smart. Just keep trying to expand that boundary.
Humphrey at the plate. Junior from St. Ignatius, Montana. She started every game this year and actually had the walk-off hit in Providence's first win of the season. And what elation that must have been. Losing your first 13, having a walk-off hit, a game-winning hit in that fashion. So Providence gained a little momentum, but again, no games at home. They just had a tough schedule. Trying to climb out of a mini rut here. It does not get any easier, as we've mentioned. They go to the College of Idaho, the 12th ranked team in the NAIA ranks this weekend, as Montana will start Big Sky Conference play at Portland State. They'll play 4 games in 3 days, 3 against the Vikings, and then a single game against the Oregon Ducks Monday afternoon. It'll be the 30th and final non-conference game of the season for the Grizz.
I can't say I'm familiar with the Oregon softball complex, but I gotta assume it's pretty nice considering it's Oregon.
It's beautiful, as you could probably imagine. It's also going to be Youth Day in Eugene that day as well, so make sure you watch the Grizz on Monday. This one's lifted to left field. Camping in underneath it is Bonkovich. She will make the grab, so what a game. First career start for Bonkovich. Gets her first hit last inning. She's been solid in left field. And Aces, we've talked about with the swirling winds, left field is one of the harder positions to play here at Grizzly softball field.
Yeah, there's been a couple of plays on both sides of the left, and even right fielders have had just some issues, maybe not issues, but I think just a little hiccup in trying to track the ball. Now, we haven't seen any errors or anything along those lines from the corner outfielders, but it does look like it's just a bit tougher to track the ball today.
Maggie Joseph starting to get loose for the Grizz in their bullpen. She actually picked up the save and was phenomenal against Carroll 8 days ago. A liner to center field that will go over the head of Ontiveros. She came in on it initially, maybe the wind playing tricks, but it will result in a double for Tiffany Fuentes. And Ace, that's her 2nd hit of the season.
Usually a sure thing in center field too. Ontiveros, we get a look. She just took that step in, and well, if you know how to play the outfield position, once you take that step in, it's tough to get back if you overrun it. And sure enough, it happened there.
Usually teach first step back. Ontiveros just missed that one, went over her outstretched hand, and Providence is in business. Top half of the 4th inning, 1 away. That was their 3rd hit. As it will bring in Jaden Ruiz, making her 4th start of her Providence career.
Colby Wood, the runner out on second, pinch runner.
Speed on the base pass here, and a golden opportunity for Providence. For Ruiz, she struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning in her first at-bat. The Grizzly infield is playing in, so they will cut off that run at home and try and keep the shutout intact for Brock, who's ahead 0-1. Back to the screen, and Brock now in a really advantageous spot here, Ace. She can go deep into her arsenal, and one thing about it, she trusts Riley Stockton if she wants to go in the dirt or the turf here at Grizzly softball.
Yeah, absolutely. Backstop, not all that deep here either, so got that benefit as well.
0-2, just off the plate. Ruiz, just like Fuentes, came into this matchup with just 1 hit on the season. The only lefty here in the bottom of the order that Brock will have to face. Counts evened up 2-2. All got started with a shallow single from Palmer. And Fuentes kept it rolling with the double. 2-2. Chopper just goes foul. That had some wicked spin on it, and Hardy touched it in foul ground.
Boy, that thing touched the turf and just took a sharp left turn towards the dugout. Yeah, wicked spin. That's one way to put it. It had a lot of spin on it.
Wind is calmed on this 2-2 pitch. Grounder to first. It's off the glove of Jablonski, and Providence is on the board. One run is in. Make it two. Sliding in safely, and the Argos have drawn closer here.
And Ruiz taking second on that as well in the throw into home, and that's a play that I'm sure Jablonski would like to have back. Sharp one hopper to her, got a piece of it, but couldn't get all of it.
And it will be the second error of the game committed by the Grizz. That will prompt a visit from Melanie Michael to the entire infield. It was a rocket, and give Ruiz a lot of credit. Her first at bat, she was waving through it, didn't know if she would make that kind of solid contact, but boy, she got the pitch that she wanted. Pulled that thing around just off the glove of Jablonski. Normally sure-handed, as you mentioned, over there at first base. In fact, that's just her third error of the season.
Talk about the first AB that Ruiz had. Even that first swing she had in this at-bat looked a little just long, like you said. And heads-up play, too, on the back end. I'm not sure if we caught it or not, but heads up to take the extra base.
So Ruiz is on second base. And the narrative of this game is now shifted, Ace. All of a sudden, it was Montana comfortably in front. They've had multiple chances to extend that lead, have not been able to do it. And Providence, with one good inning, is right in this ball game halfway through.
Yeah, you talk narrative. I feel like chances would be the number one narrative right now for Montana. They had those chances to expand the lead, and now the Argos have a couple on.
And they're at the spot in the order that they want to be. That was the 9-hitter Wilting that got hit on the foot. We'll take a peek. Going right on the toe. We mentioned the cold conditions today. You know, that one couldn't have felt that good. As Taylor Matthews in for the third time. She got the first hit of the game for the Argos. That was a double last inning. She's the tying run at the plate with one away.
You talk about the getting hit in the foot, too. I feel like that's a rocket.
Rips one, and Providence is going to keep this train rolling. One run is in. Ruiz rounds third hard, and we've got a one-run game here in the fourth inning.
This game has taken a turn, and it has really happened on two swings in the last minute and a half. That is a blast down the left field line. She got every piece of that swing. Boy, oh boy, we got a game all of a sudden. A 4-spot put up in the fourth, and that'll bring on a change.
Maggie Joseph is going to come into the game now for Montana. It was looking like easy work for Allie Brock in this game. She cruised through the first 3 innings, allowed just one hit, and now Maggie Joseph is going to come on to try and save the day. Something she did against Carroll College, the uniqueness of softball. She started the first 4 innings, left with a big lead. That lead was surrendered. She came in to close the game out, Ace, and she should have got a win, but got a unique save last Monday.
I had to double take that when I was reading up on this and going, wait a minute, oh, that's right, it's softball. Of course you could start and come back in. Yeah, she's making her 15th appearance on the year, and I don't know if you'd have asked her maybe 20 minutes ago, I don't think she'd anticipate coming in here in the 4th inning in a one-run game.
Not in a safe situation as well, so Brock can only get 10 outs. And Ace, the mindset was more of, okay, is a shutout coming? Now all of a sudden is, okay, this game is a coin flip now at 5-4 in the middle of the 4th inning.
Think back to I think it was the 2nd inning that Allie just rolled through at 1-2-3 in very quick order, and it just felt like, yeah, that's the Allie Brock we're going to see today. But Yeah, this game has really flipped on its head on its fourth.
And Providence in business, 2, 3, and 4 up. David, a chopper to short. Saxton, great play across, and Jablonski stays on first base. A little bit of redemption for out number 2.
I don't know how she kept her foot on the bag. She had to... That was a long stretch. Now, she's got long legs over there, too, at first. Let's see if... Yeah, tough to say, but hey, umpire was right on it. Said she kept the foot in the bag, and that's a big out number 2.
Great stretch. And now Mangold is in there. 2 outs, tying run on second base here in the fourth. All 4 runs the Argos have scored have been here in the fourth inning. A couple of those crooked numbers, that's the name of the game here. Montana with 4 runs on just 1 hit in the first. The Argos here, 4 runs on 2 hits. The 0-1 pitch off the plate for Joseph, a transfer by the way of California. Senior out of Sparks, Nevada. Ace mentioned the 15th appearance of the year. He's come in more in relief than as a starter, and that could be beneficial in this type of high-stress situation.
And she's also coming off the most she has pitched in a game. It was 5 innings between the start and then coming back in later. The 5 innings, the most in any game this season for Double Zeros.
I was a little bit behind 2-1. The walk rate is just the one number. A little bit alarming for Joseph. 25 innings pitched, 25 walks surrendered, just 13 strikeouts. 2-1. Just a little bit foul. Evens the count up at 2. So the Grizz need to get out of this inning in the worst of ways. And they're 1 strike away from doing it. Deuce is wild in the top of the 4th inning. Standing in Mangold against Maggie Joseph in relief of Allie Brock. 2-2, grounded to short there. Saxton again, like a vacuum at short. The side is retired, but the damage has certainly been done. The Argos have flipped this game around. It's a 5-4 contest with the Grizz coming to bat when we return.